Good morning, Ultra developers, and welcome to a new year. For many people, it's a new year with a new engine. 2025, we are in the future now. This is firmly in Blade Runner territory. I want my flying car. So we had a nice little break over the holiday season, and very big. The sales were quite good over the Christmas break. It met the target that I set out, just a little bit past the target that I said that I was hoping for. So everything went really well. The response from 098 was very, very positive. People love the Vertex material painting. People love the tessellation. People love the first-person shooter template. So Happy New Year, everybody. Also, kind of interesting to see. Some really interesting screenshots actually were posted a few days ago on the forum. Alienhead is showing off his latest work, and he just invented a new style. It's like low poly realism. And I asked him, how did you do this? Why does this look so good? And his answer was, well, I use textures. It was all in the textures. So I think I'm blown away by how good this looks. It's like, yeah, he did a very nice job. And you can see it is low poly, but for some reason he did just really good artistry. He made it look really good somehow. I don't understand that. I'm a programmer. I'm not much of an artist. But hats off to Alienhead. So we can begin discussing ideas for version 099, which is the last early access update before the full release. The big feature that I plan to include is a built-in asset downloader. I've got over 2,000 PBR, free PBR materials for you in 1K and 2K resolution. Thought about 4K, but 4K is not really that useful in my opinion, because it eats up your video RAM so much. So maybe in another 5 or 10 years, once we have video cards with 100 gigs of RAM, then it'll make sense. But 2K looks awesome. I really like 2K actually because that's sort of the point where you can no longer see individual pixels. And I've got about more than 20,000 GLTF models ready to go that I've been downloading from Objaverse and Sketchfab and other places. Very good quality stuff. And the whole, the ambient CG browser, we used that quite heavily. And it actually made me pretty lazy because I no longer wanted to do anything else except just, press a button and download the material I wanted. So that was sort of a prototype of the system, and that's all going to be replaced with the content that is all stored in this system, which includes all of the ambient CG content. By the way, you can support them on Patreon. I do, and PBRPX and Polyhaven too. I support all those guys on Patreon. So if you want to, then that's a good idea because it allows them to continue making more great free content for your games. Other stuff that may be included is built-in UV unwrapping in the editor. We found that would be a nice feature to have. It just smooths out the workflow if you're using Substance Painter, and possibly LOD generation in the editor, and some other ideas I have, but I don't want to say anything until I've implemented them, and we'll just see how it goes. The release dates tend to be determined by the closest sale period that I have on Steam. which kind of, I've learned it's best to just stay on that schedule and then be a little bit flexible with, what's going to get included, what's not going to get included. The whole last year, all the updates were coming every 6 weeks, and those were quite fast. And then for the latest version, 098, that was a much bigger job, and so that actually took like 2 periods. So there was 6 weeks times 2. There was a 3-month period between 097 and 098. I think that worked out really well too. But just punctuating it in every 6 weeks or every multiples of 6 weeks, that seems to work. That's been what has worked best in the past. So with that, I've been lazy, as I promised. I have been lazy during the rest of December and pretty much most of this week. Monday, I think I will be starting work again in earnest, but not until then. So with that said, what we can look forward to in 2025, the current year, very Blade Runner sounding. Ultra Engine 099, Ultra Engine 1.0 full release. And we may see a new version of 3D World Studio. I'm working on getting a new vector version of the old logo and some other stuff to get that ball rolling. But we'll start the process, and then we'll just see how much of a response there is, and if people want it, then we will also see 3D World Studio 6, which will be based on the Ultra Engine editor, and it'll just be changed a little bit just to make it more of a standalone level editor. If you already have Ultra, you don't need 3D World Studio, but it would be nice to. A lot of people love the Vertex material painting feature, and so if we can export that and so that you can use it with all 3D software, that might be something that people enjoy using. But again, I'm just going to put it out there and see what the response is, and it's up to the public to tell me whether they want it or not. So we'll see how that goes, and then I think that's all I've got. Do you guys have any announcements or news that you want to share?
Do you have any plans to do project settings for textile sizes and other things that make the editor like more tied to your game? Also, anything we decided that would be really nice to have during the FPS template, like adjustable post-processing effects.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and we need the prefabs to better I/O and prefab support, because we kind of just skipped over the prefabs for the demo too.
Yeah, we're really I mean, all of this, it's getting into sort of more detailed usage things, like usage improvements, which is good, but these are just like things that we'll sort out. I don't talk about them much because it's only something that people who are already familiar with and using the software quite deeply even know about. So yes, it's just not something that I'm going to talk about that much, probably, because I tend to those things, they tend to just get released and not like I don't write like a newsletter about that feature, because it's something that's so detailed that most people who aren't already familiar with the software won't understand it.
Right.
But yeah, this is a good time to get all those little details sorted out.
Yeah, because we walked away from the FPS template and we're like, wow, I really wish we had like this integrated or that integrated. And then
The only really like the UV, the built-in UV unwrapping that would have made a big difference. Other than
yeah,
that, I mean, I don't think we really had any big issues.
no, not big issues, just like quality of life. I would really like if there's a full bright option instead of just changing the
Oh
MUI.
yeah, that's another detail that would be nice to have too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just a little.
so yeah,
Just a
in
little.
the run up to 1.0, that's a good time to get all these things. Yeah, I don't really anticipate any big like graphical features. I don't think I have anything in mind. Not nothing like the vertex material paint and the tessellation and stuff. That was a huge like paradigm shifting thing. I don't have anything planned like that. I think it's just going to be like the the integrated asset downloader and then a lot of adjustments and small improvements to the workflow and stuff like that.
Right. I think the only thing that big you want to do is the culling system that you've been
Yeah,
planning.
that's not even a big deal. It's I mean that'll
It's just
probably
a
take
lot of
like
work.
no, not really.
Mhm.
It's not really
I
hard at
have
all.
a question.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Uh, I don't mean to interfere with what you're saying, but on the LeadWorks to transfer to Ultra, when will the full version of Ultra and how simple will it be to take the LeadWorks, what was created in LeadWorks, to transfer to Ultra, and how long before the LeadWorks is taken offline where it's no longer accessible except under Ultra?
I have no plans to disable the LeadWorks application ever. I mean, yeah, it's does what it does what it's supposed to. So no, I mean, yeah, there's no reason to like turn it off. And I mean, I don't think I can like I don't think I can anyways. But Ultra, like we can expect 1.0 to hit the full release. I'd say this summer by like early summer. I think is a comfortable
Summer
deadline.
sale.
And then yeah, that's a good like June. And then as far as transferring scenes from LeadWorks to Ultra, they should just work. Terrain, like the vegetation system, doesn't transfer because the system's completely different. But Ultra supports the LeadWorks model format, and it supports the LeadWorks scene format. Not the scripting system is different, so that there's a lot of differences there. But for the most part, it will work pretty reliably.
Yeah, the only thing you'll have to worry about is your models. Sometimes if your bones are scaled, you might have issues porting that over because I've had issues with that. Like
Like
that's just
animated models.
yeah, like my little Switch model from Cyclone. It's
Hmm.
fine in Lightworks, and then when you import into Ultra, the model becomes really, really tiny.
Well,
Okay.
I'm using Cascadier for my models and creating the animation under them. So that should be a simple fix on my part.
Yeah,
Do you have Ultra right now?
I have Ultra Pro. It's already on two of my machines, but it does not work on my main machine at the moment, but it works on my wife's machine because her graphic card is better. So I do have full access to the Ultra Pro to program in. I just choose not to since it's not a full release yet.
Yeah. Do you think she would notice if you just switched your computers?
One's a desktop, which is hers, and I'm on a laptop.
Oh, okay, she would
Um,
probably notice.
so, yeah, her setup's totally different than what I got.
Okay, don't. Yeah, I don't recommend. I did not recommend doing that.
But I do have remote access to her computer from my computer.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. So, yeah, yeah. If you get a chance to, I'd recommend just like trying your model out in Ultra, and I mean, it should just work. It probably, I'm like 90% confident it'll just work.
Maybe you might have to generate the new colliders. Maybe it's like a maybe, but you never know. It might just work.
Well, because of my vast experience, I'm sure I can handle it.
Yep. If you have the model source, you're pretty much in good shape because you can make it work. Textures also work, and Ultra Engine also reads the old material files too.
Well, as you see, I got a vast supply of many models, and I am converting it to the MDL format under the FBX format.
Yeah, those will work fine.
So,
Yeah, just resave it and you'll be fine.
because I gave a pictures on the screenshot a while back showing I got many utilities. I just don't know if they're available legally to anyone else since I purchased those under the other engine that I used to work in.
All right. Hell yes, we do. Purdy. What is that in reference to?
Oh, that was what you were saying before.
What was I saying before?
The Purdy was about alien heads thing.
Oh, yeah,
hell
yeah.
we do was when you said you people seem to like the
Oh,
FPS
okay,
demo
okay.
and stuff. I'm like, yeah, we do.
Do you guys like the FPS demo?
Yeah.
Can I get is there a soundboard sound for this? What is that? What is the funny song? Okay. Andy 90 has his own effect.
Yeah, I think that's the Donald Trump one.
Can I press this on okay.
Andy 90 left us. He preferred an idle lifestyle.
He's not here. He's not here today.
That's funny. No, he told me he's got something going on.
Yeah, he's busy.
Is that Ryan Gosling?
I guess.
Andy 90 left us. He preferred an idle lifestyle.
I like the Trump. That one's good too. I like the Trump one. Hi, when the queue is empty, I have a question. Any plans to have the engine available under Linux? Yeah. Actually, I believe it works under Proton right now, but a native Linux build. I plan on it. I just like it makes sense to kind of do that last because if you're making a lot of builds for multiple operating systems, it really slows down the development process. And I've done a lot of Linux work before, and this time around I'm relying on what's that?
Sorry, I burped.
Oh, okay.
My question would be, are you planning on going into the Steam OS since that is a direct gaming format that many people uses as far as an OS that is open to all Steam games? I don't know if that's a high recommendation or not, but I know most people that makes games would eventually want a platform to have representation.
It like any native Linux build of Ultra, it should just run on SteamOS just fine. Is it based on Arch or
Yeah, Manjaro.
Okay.
It's a containerized Arch.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so
it's
SteamOS
highly
is
compatible.
basically just Arch. And the one thing I learned about Linux development is don't use Linux libraries.
Yeah.
Especially GUI libraries.
I think the only thing we would have to do is hook up to the Steam runtime for the Steam library.
Yeah, it should work really easy.
Yeah, if it's just one dependency.
Yeah, yeah, including your all your dependencies is a good idea. I think that's sort of what Flatpak does. And then since I wrote my own GUI from scratch, that eliminates a huge amount. That eliminates all the problems that Leadworks on Linux had, basically.
Have you thought of contacting Val and have them recommend your engine to use on the Steam Games platform, since the Ultra engine is available through Steam Games?
I am in. I have good communications with Valve, and they are supportive of Ultra, and what I'm doing here. I think they see the value of it. So I expect, as we approach full release, I expect our visibility on Steam to increase quite a lot. Is all I can say at this time.
Oh, I'm thinking if you use them as the platform for game release, maybe they can do where you get a certain percentage off every game that is created under Ultra Engine, with the recommendation of the Steam organization recommending your engine over every other engine on the market.
Well, that's not how our licensing agreement works. I'm not going to try to do that. I think one of the benefits of Ultra is you just pay for it. There's no royalties, no install fees, no bullshit. It's yours. Make your game, have fun, be happy. But thank you for the suggestion.
Yeah, I'm not talking from the user point of view. I'm talking from the organization having a feedback of a certain percentage that they receive would be rewarded to you for them recommending your engine, so that you would have a capital gain off everything was created by your engine.
Well, I'll ask Gabe about it next time I see him.
Yeah, when he gets off his yacht.
Yeah.
That's all I have.
Yeah. So, all right. Yeah, I kind of like. I know I'm not doing like a really strict development plan or like a roadmap or anything like that, because I kind of just want to respond to what people's needs are. So as we finish this out for the first half of the year, up to version 1.0 final release, and then not final but full. I still have a lot of ideas after that, but I think I just want to stay responsive to people's needs and do what needs to be done, and not get too locked into. I'm pretty flexible on like the exact things that need to be worked on next. And we'll just work it out as we go.
Did you remove the dev branch because it says fails to load info for version dev?
Yes.
Okay, and also in the client the buttons are like overlapping now for some reason, and I can't like switch whatever. I'll just keep it on dev. I'm pretty sure nothing's happening.
Just uninstall and then reinstall if you want. But it's not like, okay, so like dev and stable are in sync right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's no reason to really have the dev beta branch, and also I think too many people are on those branches. I would like to have a small, like, it's like the stats on Steam are like, I think it's like 90% of people are on the beta branch.
Because it's like, because again, people think the dev branch is the avenue to get new features faster, and then
it is, but and I can understand that with like 098, but like now that we have a very good, nice, stable release that's now is a good time for people to reevaluate whether they want to be opt into the beta branch. So
Yeah, I always tell people here, if you want to start something for realsies, like pick a stable branch, and then I
Yeah.
think Andy is doing that for his game. I think he has he has 2 licenses, so he has one license be stable and works in his game on that, and then the beta branch he uses to test things.
okay,
Yeah,
Cool.
I think I might do the same thing too.
yeah, okay. So any other questions or anything? I'm not really gonna get back to work until Monday.
Extended vacation.
Normal vacation.
No,
Well deserved vacation.
Thank you. Thank you.
yeah.
All right. Yeah, thank you guys for coming. It's nice to have everybody back after a 1 week break, and welcome to the future.
Yep.
All right.
Everything's strong.
All right. I'll see you guys on the forum. Have a good weekend.
Yep.
See ya.